Hair dyes are nothing but the coloring agents which are we are applying for changing your hair color for particular reason. The changing in the color may be temporary, semi-temporary, as well as the permanent. So here, with the view of fashionable look, with the view of changing the color or to hide the unwanted color, we can use the such kind of hair dyes. As concern the utilization of your hair dyes, we can say that in history, the hair color is the matter of chemistry. The first safe commercial hair color was developed in 1999 by the French chemist called as the Eugene Schuller using the chemical paraphenylene diamine. That is, in short, it is called as the PPD. So, paraphenylene diamine is only the ingredient which is utilized mostly in all kind of hair dyes for changing the color of your hair. Now, what is the hair and natural hair color? Generally, your hair color is most probably having the lightish brown to the dark or the black color is the natural color. But how the color is arising to your hair? So it is due to your keratin, as your hair is made up of the keratin. So the same keratin protein is found in the skin. In the hair, there are the two types of proteins are present, and they determine the color of your hair: eumelin and pheomelanin. Eumelanin and pheomelanin. These are the two types of protein present in the your hair shaft, and they decide the color of your hair. Generally, eumelanin is responsible for the brown color as well as the black color. If the concentration of eumelanin is decreased, then the color of the hair will be changed. As well as pheomelanin is the responsible for golden blonde, ginger-like color or the red color. When the combination of these both proteins is getting changes, then the natural color will be changed. In the absence of any one protein, your hair color may be changed to the white or to the gray type shade. The hair color is, I have shown here how it is produced here. Here melanocyte cells are present at the bottom of your hair shaft, and the eumelanin give the brown to black color to your hair. If the concentration of eumelanin is more, then the mostly hair will be the black. And if the concentration of pheomelanin is getting increased, then the golden or the ginger red type of color will be there to the hair. So these are the two proteins which give the shade to your hair. Now the structure of your hair, already we have seen the structure of hair. It is made up of, it is having the three part, that is cortex, medulla and cuticle. Cuticle is the outermost layer of your hair. Medulla is the core structure of your hair, and cortex contain the natural pigment, that is the melanin. So this cortex is having these two types of your proteins. Then natural hair coloring agents. Generally, in previous day when that much chemistry was not developed, so we were using the henna as well as the black walnut for the giving the hair color. Generally, henna used to give the brownish or the dark brown color to the hair, and most probably we can say they are very much safe compared to the synthetic types of hair dyes. Generally, this kind of hair colorants sometimes may get deposited inside your hair shaft. This henna will deposit inside your hair, and it will try to colorize your hair. As well as the black walnut, they will make the small or thin layer on the shaft of the hair, and they will change the color of your hair. Then different types of your hair dyes. There are the four types of dyes are there. Generally, they are divided on the basis of their uh, deposition time and how much long they are remaining on your hair. So depending on that, we have calculated as uh, classified as permanent hair dye, semi-permanent hair dye, then temporary hair dyes. Now, what kind of desirable qualities of there, or how the your hair color should be? Generally, it should not impact on the actual color of your hair, or it should not interfere with the your anatomy of your hair or its functioning. Then it must color your hair only, not to the skin. When we are applying the hair colorants, so they should not give the color to your skin. They only remain on the only hair. Okay, the color that impart the hair, it must be stable to the air. It means when you have applied any dye, and when it is exposing to the your environmental conditions like air, temperature, as well as while taking the bath, we are using the shampoo. So while shampooing also, the color should not be released from the hair immediately. Then it should be have the ease of application. It means easily it should be applied. Then it should have the good stability as well as the good shelf life. Then another thing very much important is that whatever the hair dyes we are using, they should not be toxic to the skin, as well as they should not be toxic to the hair, as well as they should not be toxic to the your eyes, and they should impart the natural gloss of your hair, and they should not interfere with the natural structure of your hair. Then they should not be allergic to your skin. There should not be any kind of dermatitis or sensitization to your skin. Then they should impart the color to the hair in the short contact time. It means there should not be longer time required to deposit the color on your hair shaft. Then permanent hair dyes. This is the first category. In order to deposit the permanent hair dye, the outer layer of the hair shaft, that is cuticle, must be open. Once the cuticle is open, the dye react with the inner portion of the hair, that is cortex, and it will get deposited or to remove the color. The most permanent hair dyes uses the two-step process, which first remove the original color of the hair and then deposit a new color. Generally, when we are using the such kind of PPD, so this PPD will open your cuticle and dye will get insert inside your cortex and it will get deposited. That's why it is remaining for the longer period on your hair shaft. Permanent hair dyes are the most popular hair dyes. Permanent hair coloring dyes consist of three components. There are the primary intermediate, a coupler is there, then oxidants are there like hydrogen peroxide, and alkali type of agent is there, that is ammonia. These three agents are required for the two steps, that is opening of your cuticle, and after opening the cortex will get open for deposition purpose. So by this way your three agents will get interact with each other and they will try to open the cuticle and they will get deposited on your hair shaft. The primary intermediates form the color on oxidation. The first ingredient, that is called as the primary intermediate, okay, or it is also called as the coupler. So it will get reacts and it will form the color because of the oxidation process. The modern permanent dyes consist of the solutions of para phenyl or similar para compounds like PPD. So nowadays, whatever the synthetic dyes are there, they are having the PPD. PPD is nothing but the your primary intermediate product or the primary intermediate component, and it will try to open your cuticle and it will give the place for deposition of your color. Then hydrogen peroxide is the important factor or important chemical which is added into your dyes. Generally, when we are adding the hydrogen peroxide, then it will try to help the diffusion of your hair color inside your melanin, and it will try to give the color on your shaft. Then whatever the ammonia, that is the third ingredient is added, so it will cause the cuticle to swell and get separate out. So these both agents are called as the developer. This ammonia and hydrogen peroxide, they will try to deposit your color on your hair shaft. Then non-oxidative type of hair dyes are also there, in which we are not adding any kind of oxidative agents, or there is no any such kind of oxidation reaction. So this kind of hair dyes are called as the herbal type of hair dyes. We are using the plant originated material. So like henna we can use for the preparation of such kind of non-oxidative type of uh, hair dyes. But there is some disadvantage regarding your henna. Henna is having the one property that it can trigger the asthma to the patient, or it can cause the allergic type of reaction. Especially asthmatic patient will have the allergy of this henna. Then instead of the henna we can use the another type of agents that is called as the metallic dyes. Generally it contains the metallic salts of the lead. So this lead is responsible for also giving the color to your hair dyes. Then instead of lead we can use the copper, or we can use the cobalt also, or silver nitrate also. So these are the various kind of, we can say, compounds we can add it as a metallic agents for deposition of the color on your hair. Generally, when we are using this such kind of metallic reagents, they can cause the headache, or they can cause the irritation or the facial swelling. So many patients or the many people are having experience of such kind of irritation or swelling on the face. Then it may lead to the poisoning because it is metallic one. Sometimes it may cause the toxic reactions with your hair or with your scalp. Then this was about the permanent dyes, in which we are using the three component. Now demi-permanent hair dyes are there. Demi-permanent hair dyes are those which contains alkaline agent other than the ammonia. So ethanolamine, sodium carbonate, as well as they are always employed with the develop as well as concentration of hydrogen peroxide in that developer may lower than used with the permanent hair dyes. Demi-permanent hair dyes must have much more effective at covering gray hair than the semi-permanent hair dyes. See, these demi-permanent hair dyes are having the, we can say, less stay time than the permanent hair dye. This demi-permanent hair dye is consist of the three chemicals of, that is usually most probably aniline derivatives we are using. This aniline derivatives, that is alkali, is having the high pH, which is used to swell your cuticle. To open your cuticle, it is necessary that it should be swelled out. Then only your remaining reagent can pass inside your hair shaft. The advantages of this demi-permanent hair dyes is that there is no lifting or the removal of natural hair color. It means this demi-permanent hair dye will give the only coat on your hair, but it will not remove your previous color. Generally, it is safer than your permanent type of hair dyes, and it will remain for 20 to 28 days. Near about 1 month, it will remain on your hair once you are applied. Then next category is the semi-permanent types of hair dyes. Semi-permanent hair dyes consist of deposit the acidic type of material, and they deposit dye onto the hair shaft, or it may consist the small pigments, okay, that can slip inside the hair shaft using the small amount of peroxide. In some cases, collection of several coloring molecules enter the hair to form the larger complex inside the hair shaft. The semi-permanent hair dyes, also known as oxidative tints or penetrating tints or peroxide tints, as well as the synthetic organic tints, para-dyes tints. So these are the different synonyms are given to the semi-permanent hair dyes. Generally, when we are applying your semi-permanent hair dyes, they uses the small molecules than the temporary dyes, and therefore able to penetrate inside the hair shaft. The molecular structure in the semi-permanent hair dye is very small, so they can easily penetrate through your cuticle, and they will remain on your hair. And when we are washing your hair near about 4 to 5 times with the shampoo, then only they will remove from your hair. Generally, in the semi-permanent hair dye, we are using the aniline type of derivatives, which are made up of paraphenyl diamine. It means instead of directly using the paraphenyl diamine, we are using the derivatives of this PPD for increasing the darkness of your hair dye. We can add the extra concentration of the phenyl derivatives. Generally, semi-permanent hair dye also affect on your health. They can produce the skin as well as the eye irritancy, respiratory sensitization will be there. Then several types of allergies may be possible. Generally, facial and neck swelling will be there when we are applying the semi-permanent hair dyes. Dermatitis may be possible, that is skin rashes, itching may be possible. Previously, we were using the traditional type of semi-permanent dyes. Generally, it was contain the very less amount of PPD derivative. So that's why it had the very less allergic type of reaction. But the coloring ability was very less. For very few days, it was remaining on your hair. Then temporary hair dyes are there. Temporary hair dye is available in the various forms, including shampoos, gel, spray, as well as the foam. So nowadays we are using such kind of temporary hair dyes, and most probably for the fashionable purpose or for changing the color of your hair for particular period purpose, we are using the temporary hair dyes because easily it can remove and easily we can change your shade. This kind of temporary hair dye will not penetrate the your cuticle layer. The color particles remain adsorbed on the hair shaft and they will easily removed when we are washing the hair with the help of shampoo. It means within single washing, temporary hair dye will be removed very easily. Simply they are just coating your hair from the outer side only. They are not penetrating inside the cuticle. Such kind of temporary hair dyes are produced by using the uh, leucoderivatives of basic dye, that is crystal violet chemical is there. The various types of products are used in the temporary coloring of your hair. It includes the rinses, lotions, aerosols, crayons, etc. These are the different forms of your temporary hair dye. In rinses, aqueous or the hydroalcoholic solutions are available for the coloring of your hair in temporary manner. In lotions, dyes in solution with the transparent polymer such as 3% polyvinyl pyrrolidine is also added. Crayons are also used for the coloring of your hair. They are applied with the help of brush. Now the adverse effect of your all kind of dyes. As we have seen in many type of allergic reactions may be arised when we are applying your dyes. Generally, allergic reactions are persist. Hair dyes are nothing but the we can say various kind of potent chemicals. They are having the capability to remove or replace the your cuticle, and they can have ability to remove the natural color of your hair. When we are using such kind of chemicals, the range of adverse effect may be possible, including the skin irritations to the your organ related allergies. Mostly your eyes are getting affected, then hair breakage, skin discoloration. This kind of severe type of adverse reaction are there, and sometimes permanent adverse effect may be there. That is loss of vision. Generally, this PPD we are using paraphenyl ammonium diamine. This is the responsible for giving the color for the permanent type of hair dyes. So this is a very potent type of reactive agents which will affect on the your all kind of your say we can say skin, then eye as well as the ear, skin, scalp. So most of part will get affected because of the presence of such kind of PPD. This is the basically PPD crystals are available for utilization purpose. It is the derivative of aniline aromatic amine. When they are utilized, so we have to oxidize it, then only it will be useful. Then black stone dyes are there. So this is naturally occurring material we can use in the your hair dyes for giving the color. It is called as the black stone. Then Kevlar is also there. Kevlar is the such kind of fibers we can use for the your dyes. Sometimes in the henna, we are adding the such kind of PPD as well as the your Kevlar as well as blackstone for giving the intense black color. Now, apart from this, we can have the various kind of evaluation parameters of the your hair dye. Generally, when we are developing the hair dye, so uh, some hair dyes are in the powder form, some hair dyes are in the solution form, some hair dyes are in the cream form or lotion form. So depending on the their basic nature, we can have the different types of test. When your dye is present in the suppose solution form, then we can check its pH as well as we can check its viscosity. When the your hair dye is present in the form of your aerosol, then we have to take the all the tests which are applicable for the aerosol container. If your hair dye is present in the gel form or any kind of cream form, then viscosity is must. So viscosity can be checked by using the viscometer, and we can check also the pH of that preparation. Then most important test for the your all kind of dyes is the allergic test. So all kind of dyes should be tested for the allergy test. So for this purpose, we can use the any kind of animals for taking the checking this allergic type of reaction. So by using the rabbit or rat, just apply your dye and observe the its side effects.